1456 is a bill that would remove some of the barriers and restrictions on the ability of local governments, residents, and businesses to install solar installations for their own use. Part of what brought me to focus to agree to bring this bill, I have my best friend who is born and raised in Virginia, spent some time living in Massachusetts, and then moved back to Virginia and rebuilt a house from scratch in Charlottesville, was looking to have solar installed, and came to me and said, you know, the barriers in place in Virginia law that just would allow me to have a house that is all solar were a surprise to her. And so that caused me to work with the Sierra Club, looking at what are some of those barriers to solar, and can we get rid of them. So what the bill does is a number of things. It would allow local government entities to install solar installations up to 5 megawatts on government-owned property and use the electricity for schools or other government-owned buildings located on nearby property, even if they're not contiguous. Second, it would clarify that third-party financing using power purchase agreements is legal statewide for all customer classes. Third, it would allow all customers to attribute output from a single solar array to multiple meters on the same or adjacent property of the same customer. Next, it would remove the restriction on a customer's installing a net metered solar installation larger than required to meet their previous 12-month demand. It would allow the owner of a multifamily residential building to install a solar installation on the building or surrounding property and sell that electricity to tenants. It would raise the size cap for net metered non-residential solar installations from 1 megawatt to 2 megawatts. It would lift the 1% cap on the total amount of solar that can be net metered in a utility territory, and it would remove standby charges on residential installations sized between 10 to 20 kilowatts. These are the barriers that a stakeholder group of environmental stakeholders, solar stakeholders identified in Virginia law that they feel is really standing in the way to expanded solar capability that would benefit all customers in Virginia, and that's the bill.